In today's video, we're going to be talking about nutrition, and specifically, we're talking about fats today. Lots of people stay away from the saturated fat, and they try to go more towards the unsaturated fats. Um, and that's actually not necessarily a good idea. There have been multiple studies, as demonstrated on a certain website that I'll talk to you about in just a minute, that have actually shown a no real link between saturated fat and heart disease, unbeknownst to lots of people. And so we want to make sure that we address some of those rumors today and talk about some of the good fats that we can eat instead. So there are Pacific Islanders, whole cultures of Pacific Islanders that has a diet that consists mostly of fish, which is high in saturated fat, and coconut. Um, and they don't have any sort of the diseases that we have, not nearly the amount. Now, of course, every culture is going to have their heart disease, cancer, stroke, but significantly less of them in the Pacific Islands. And even the Eskimos, true Eskimos who eat whale and seal blubber, um, they don't have the health problems that we have. They don't have very much heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and so think about these roly-poly Eskimos. When the true Eskimos, they're just really cold, so they have lots of jackets on, right? But we don't want to get in the habit of just taking fat out of our diet, because typically when we eat less fat, we eat more carbohydrates, and that tends to make us fat anyway, because it raises the blood sugar. And what that will do is that can get transferred into energy right away. But if we're not using it, like most Americans, we're sedentary, that's just going to be stored away as fat anyway. So people who eat fat typically tend to eat more in other foods, specifically carbohydrates, to satisfy them to get the caloric intake. The saturated fats that we eat keep us satisfied for a longer period of time. Therefore, actually gives us more energy, and we tend to eat less when we have a higher fat in our meals. And so we want to stay away from the trans fats and some of those other fats that we thought were good for us. Um, Obviously, hydrogenated oils is what I'm really about to get into. Hydrogenated oils are actually not good at all for our health. Some of those include anything that you see on a label that's partially hydrogenated or anything like that. And unless it's organic or it says cold press or mechanically pressed, you can be sure that well, you can't be sure, I should say, that it's a healthy fat for you. So we want to try to avoid the canola oil, also the anything hydrogenated, soybean oil, peanut oil is actually not. I'm not a big fan of personally. It's actually not even a nut anyway. It's a legume, and so we want to make sure that we stay away from those and go more toward the coconut oil and the olive oil. Those are really, really good healthy fats. Avocado is really good. Even the animal protein, I get a lot from the vegetarians. If you can be a true, a vegetarian and actually eat and get your all of your nutritional needs, then you're doing well. But the fact is that most vegetarians don't, and they actually overeat in the form of carbohydrates anyway. So we want to avoid the fat-free diet. Oftentimes, if you see, let's say you have a fat-free milk or fat-free yogurt or something, they'll add sugar back into it so that it actually tastes better. Because fat actually does, in fact, taste better. It adds to the flavor. So there are, like I said, I mentioned the Pacific Islanders and the Eskimos. We want to try to act more like them when it comes to diet, and try to stop freaking out about the whole saturated fat thing. If you go to a website called the International Cholesterol Skeptics, you can Google that. Basically, I think the browser link is THINCS as in Sam .org, I believe. If you just Google the International Cholesterol Skeptics, you'll come up to the website, and there are numerous articles in there by tons of medical doctors, doctors of osteopathy, DOs, and chiropractors that actually completely refute the whole cholesterol in the diet thing. So don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But this is a really, really important topic that I felt like I should share with you. And so if you have any questions, you can always email me, ccofocala@gmail.com, or you can call us at any time, 368-2983. That's area code 352. So hopefully this video made sense. If you have any further questions, let us know. I will start to be doing nutrition talks either here or at a local gym called Zone Health and Fitness. So look out for us there. And if you have any comments or suggestions, or something that doesn't make sense, you need further clarification, please contact us. Thank you for watching, and make sure you eat healthy.